This is Nemesis, and today we are going to take a look at Liadri, the final boss in the Gauntlet, which is the new content that has been recently added to the game. There is an achievement called Light Up the Darkness, which a lot of people have had problems with, and because of personal reasons, as well as the fact that I've been busy with the necromancer video, I didn't do the Gauntlet in the beginning. By the time I actually got to see the content, I thought people would surely beat the Gauntlet. Then I recorded for it, and by the time I had time to actually edit the video, I was sure that now people would surely have defeated and guides would be present on the forums. I haven't seen any guides, so I thought I would, since I already recorded the material, I have some time to edit it and to explain to you guys how to obtain the achievement on the necromancer. So as you can see, I'm killing Liadri. Killing the boss is not really complicated. All the tactics that I will explain regarding obtaining the 8 orb achievement can be used for killing the boss, and it's really not complicated, to be honest. Once you understand a few basic mechanics, it isn't that hard, can be done rather easy. So in this video we are going to cover step by step what you need to do in order to obtain the 8 orb achievement called Light Up the Darkness, as you can see here. So in order to be able to obtain this achievement, you need some food. It's called bowl of Orient truffle and meat stew, which basically gives you 40% endurance refill rate, which will help you dodge, and it's really important. Secondly, we are going to use the normal necromancer build with a few modifications, which is terror instead of master of corruption, and also wells recharge 20% faster because we will be using 2 wells. The skills are consume condition as your heal, well of darkness, and well of power, signet of the locust, and plague form as your elite. Okay, now moving on to the actual fight. The first thing you need to do is lower your graphics settings when you're going for the achievement. Lowering your graphics settings will give you better performance and will eliminate the blinding effect when your screen sort of goes black. That is caused by post-processing. So take out post-processing and lower all your graphical settings by, if possible, to a minimum, because it will guarantee you better performance, and performance is really important when you're handling such a delicate fight. I had a really hard time recording this. You guys might not notice this because the render program I use will force cap the frames at about 30, but I was going between 25, 20 to 60, and the problem with that is you get a lot of screen tearing even with vertical sync. The screen tearing you guys won't notice, like I said, because of the render, but it was really difficult to get this recorded. But anyway, when you're going into the first phase, the best thing you can do is try to take as little damage as possible from the boss. And how do you do that? By using strafe techniques, which basically is move to the left and to the right, strafe to the left and to the right. Should be around 3 seconds right, 1 second left, or 3 seconds left, 1 second right. You do this because the projectile that the boss is firing travels its intended path. So if the boss fires the projectile towards one direction and you're no longer there, the projectile will miss. While you're doing this, never forget to destroy the flying black orbs that spawn randomly around the room. They will pull you. So unless you want to get pulled into something you're not prepared for, such as a clone or a red circle, a red AoE that is falling, you immediately destroy it. For advanced players, you might use what I call a calculated pull if it works to your advantage, but it's not really recommended, so just destroy them. In the first phase, you don't really need to dodge too much. The AoEs are predictable and you can always walk out of them, especially if you're close to the middle of the room. So the dodges, the stamina bar needs to be full by the time you enter the second phase, because it's much more important. So just save your dodges. Going into the second phase, the most important thing you need to know is to not panic. Don't panic. Breathe in, breathe out. You're going to get this achievement following these steps anyway. Just relax, calm down, and be in control of the fight. Keep the distance between you and the boss, and always have map awareness behind you, in front of you at all times. Just plan your steps, plan your next steps. There are a few hints towards planning that I will display soon enough, but always plan your next few moves so that you're never unprepared. You can easily do that by using Well of Darkness and Well of Power. The thing with Well of Darkness is if you blind the clones, even if they explode on you, you're not going to die. They basically do 0 damage. They miss with their explosion attack. So with that you can plan some really interesting combos, especially if you need 1 or 2 crystals from one location but it's guarded by clones, there's no way to get them in time. You put Well of Darkness, you get the crystals, and you make sure the map is more relaxed, the area is more relaxed, because you have a few seconds to breathe until the new clones spawn. You need to do all of these while being sort of close to the middle of the arena, but never in the middle of the arena. The middle will always have something falling on it, and that something will kill you. Be around the middle, so you can easily walk from side to side without having to basically spend more time walking than damaging. So like I said, keep your distance as much as possible from the boss, but don't take your time. Don't spend your time just walking and dodging and letting the boss dictate the fight. You need to stay around the middle. You need to use Dagger for Well of Darkness, Well of Power, Fear, Chill, and Fear from Staff if you have to. Just always damage the boss a little bit, and always go from one light circle on the ground to the next, and always be close to hitting the boss with another crystal. Time is your biggest enemy here. You will end up surviving with the boss in the arena like dozens of times, and you will run out of time. You only have 3 minutes. Time is really important. So like I said, use all of this, use all of the hints that I provided you to play aggressively. Don't let the boss chase you around. The boss hits you, you give him back the cripple, and you move 1 or 2 steps. You see 2 clones, bam, you put Well of Darkness, Well of Power, so you're safe in your spot, so you have a chance to use the crystal, and then you move on, walking towards the next objective. Don't panic, don't panic. You'll get this, trust me. The last piece of very valuable information is the safest place you can be in this arena is exactly the place you came from a few seconds ago. So the AoE doesn't strike in the same spot twice consecutively. So basically you can, if you're lucky with the light fields, you can run from just basically strafe left and right and always avoid the AoEs and always be near light fields, so you can get the clones to detonate, so you obtain crystals much faster. Time is of the essence, like I said. One more thing you need to know, it's not really a hint, and it might get fixed by the time I actually release this video, but the fight is really buggy. So don't be surprised if you're getting hit, even though you shouldn't have. Don't be surprised if the boss pulls you. Don't be surprised if you have 3 bosses in the arena. Anything can happen, but with this information that I gave you, you will get this done. Don't worry about not doing it right away. It took me about 30 or 40 tries because I was trying to record it, and the frames were, oh my god, it was horrible. So with all this information, you should be able to do it in, I don't know, if you're lucky 5 tries, if you're unlucky about 20 tries, because you won't have the problem of recording, you won't have the problem of low frames, you won't have the problem of figuring out how to do this on your own. Now let's see how the actual fight would look like. I will try to walk you through it a bit. So immediately I take care of the orb, I do the strafing, so I save up as much HP as possible because I'm going to need it in step 2. I don't dodge out of the red stuff, I just walk out to save up my dodges for this phase 2, and I guide the clone into the white circle and proceed with strafing to the second part. Okay, take care of the orb immediately. Lure the clones into the white circle, and we go to phase 2. Immediately she jumps me, immediately I dodge to gain distance, I don't panic, I let her do her thing, switch conditions, I got first orb, put the orb down, first orb. I fear her away, and I secure precious distance between me, her, and the clones that are in between. Okay, I see 2 orbs, I know that I should take advantage of those orbs, so I put Well of Suffering to absorb some damage, and one of the orbs is gone, because I had to dodge. Not a problem, I'm going to get a new one. And there you have it, another one. Use Well of Power to get rid of unwanted conditions, so I can move freely around the map. And again, I do damage, fear her away to keep some distance, grab the orb, dodge out of red crap, hit with the orb, move out of the AoE, and again I position myself in a very nice location so I can get the orb and not die at the same time. Okay, that was a big mistake on my part, but doesn't matter, I should have stayed there with a dodge to get the crystals, since the clones wouldn't have been able to kill me because they were blinded. Doesn't matter, I make it up with another clone, grab the crystal, dodge out of red crap, hit with the crystal, and now I think I have enough. And there you have it. Now, if you really want to show off, you're going to put all your settings back to maximum, including post-processing, and you're going to try again. Also add a nice sound.